Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive where we're going to be looking at Earth's history,
Right.
but not in the typical way, not
Right.
just like the dinosaurs roamed the Earth and then bam, an asteroid.
Right.
We're looking at near extinction events.
Hmm.
Those times when life on Earth almost went, totally wiped out.
Completely, yeah.
So we're asking, how close did Earth come to being like a lifeless rock like Mars?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, it's really a journey through time
Yeah.
to uncover these pivotal moments that shaped the entire trajectory of life on Earth.
Okay, so to kick things off, let's talk about the Great Dying,
Okay.
which is like hitting the reset button
Oh, wow.
for like almost all life on Earth.
Yeah.
250 million years ago,
Yeah.
96% of marine life gone, 70% of land species gone.
It's hard to even imagine.
To imagine like everything you see around you
Yeah.
just gone.
Gone. It was a chain reaction
Yeah.
triggered by massive volcanic eruptions in Siberia.
On a scale that dwarfs anything in human history. I mean, these eruptions
Okay.
spewed out immense amounts of greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, methane.
So it's not just the lava, it was the invisible stuff that really messed things up.
Exactly. The gases acidified the oceans, making them uninhabitable
Oh, wow.
for most marine life. And then on land, the atmosphere became choked with toxic fumes,
Oh.
and global temperatures just soared.
Earth was essentially a wasteland
Oh,
for almost a million years.
a million years.
Yeah, think about that.
That's a long
This
recess.
is a long time.
Do you think Earth could have become like Mars after something like that?
You know, that's a fascinating question. I mean, the Great Dying definitely brought Earth closer to a Martian-like state than any other event we know of.
Really?
Yeah, it's a chilling reminder of just how delicate the balance of life on our planet is.
Okay, so from a near barren wasteland, we jump ahead millions of years,
Okay.
and bam, giant space rock takes out the dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's the one everyone remembers.
It's hard not to picture an asteroid the size of Mount Everest
Oh my gosh.
slamming into Earth at 67,000 miles per hour.
That's gonna leave a mark.
The immediate impact was devastating. Tsunamis ripped across the globe.
Oh, wow.
Wildfires raged, earthquakes shook the planet.
That's insane.
But the long-term effects were even worse.
What do you mean?
The impact threw up this massive dust cloud that blocked out the sun, causing a global cooling effect.
Yeah.
Imagine a permanent eclipse
Yeah.
that lasted for years.
That's bad news for anything that relies on sunlight.
Right, which is pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Plants died, herbivores starved, predators followed suit.
It's a domino effect.
Yeah, ecosystems collapsed one after another.
So the dinosaurs were basically doomed no matter what.
Pretty much, but here's the twist.
Okay.
Their extinction paved the way for the rise of mammals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, without that asteroid, our evolutionary path might have been completely different.
Okay, so that's kind of a negative turning into a positive, I guess.
Right? It's a strange thing to think about. But it's
Maybe.
true.
Okay, we've had volcanoes, asteroids. What about that time our entire planet turned into a giant snowball?
Ah, yes, Snowball Earth. This event, around 700 million years ago,
Yeah.
is one of the most intriguing mysteries in Earth's history. We
Yeah.
know that the planet was almost entirely encased in ice,
Oh, wow.
even in the tropics. But the exact cause is still debated.
So imagine the entire planet,
Yeah.
just ice sheets, a mile thick. How did anything survive that?
That's what we're still trying to figure out.
Yeah?
Some theories suggest volcanic activity might have eventually melted the ice.
Okay.
It's a fascinating puzzle. But what's even more incredible is what happened after the ice receded.
What happened?
There was this burst of evolution that led to the first complex organisms,
Wow.
our distant ancestors.
So from a frozen wasteland to the building blocks of life as we know it.
It's remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Earth really knows how to bounce back.
It really does. But what if I told you that the very thing we need to breathe,
What's that?
oxygen, was once a deadly poison?
Oh, wow. Oxygen, you mean?
Yeah, the stuff that keeps us alive.
Yeah.
How could that be a bad thing?
A bit of a paradox, isn't it? But billions of years ago, Earth's atmosphere was dominated by methane and carbon dioxide,
Okay.
perfect for early microbes.
Yeah.
Then cyanobacteria, these tiny organisms in the oceans, started producing oxygen through photosynthesis.
So they were basically polluting the atmosphere with oxygen.
In a way, yes, and for the organisms living at that time, oxygen was toxic.
Oh, wow.
It triggered one of Earth's first mass extinctions wiping out a huge portion
Oh my God.
of the anaerobic life that existed then.
That's why, like, life itself caused a planetary catastrophe.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. So oxygen, good for us now, not so good for early life on Earth.
Right, things change.
Yeah. But those were all events millions of years ago. Did anything this crazy happen more recently?
Well, let's talk about the Toba supervolcano. It erupted about 75,000 years ago in Indonesia.
Okay.
This eruption dwarfed anything in recorded human history,
Wow.
spewing so much ash it blocked out sunlight and plunged the world into a volcanic winter.
Volcanic winter sounds intense.
It believed to have had a significant impact on early human populations.
Really?
Some scientists even speculate that it might have reduced the human population to just a few thousand individuals.
A few thousand? So a single volcano almost wiped us out.
It was a close call for sure.
Wow, and it makes you wonder how many other near misses have there been that we don't even know about.
That's a question that keeps scientists exploring and digging for clues.
Yeah.
Each discovery brings us closer to understanding the incredible journey of life on Earth.
Yeah.
And the delicate balance that sustains it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been talking about some pretty intense events, almost wiping out life on Earth.
Yeah.
But what's really interesting is that despite all these near misses, life always found a way to bounce back.
It's true. These near extinction events really highlight the incredible resilience of life on Earth.
Yeah.
But they also offer a unique perspective, I think, on the interconnectedness of Earth's systems.
Okay.
And the potential for future events, especially when we consider,
Right.
our own role in shaping those events.
So you're saying that we humans are kind of a force of nature ourselves now?
In a way, yes. Our impact on the planet is undeniable.
Yeah.
I mean, from climate change, deforestation, pollution, we're putting immense pressure on ecosystems,
Right.
causing biodiversity loss at an alarming rate.
It's almost like we're becoming the asteroid, causing like a slow motion extinction event.
Yeah, it's a sobering thought and one we can't afford to ignore.
So how can we learn from these past near extinctions to help us navigate the challenges we're facing now?
Well, one key takeaway, I think, is the importance of understanding interconnectedness.
Okay.
Remember the Great Dying. It shows how seemingly isolated events can trigger cascading effects across the entire planet.
Right, like those Siberian eruptions causing this global chain reaction.
Exactly.
So we need to think about the bigger picture, not just the immediate impact of our actions.
Exactly. We also need to acknowledge the power of adaptation. I mean, life on Earth has an incredible ability to adjust and evolve.
Right.
To survive in changing conditions.
Yeah, we've seen that with the rise of mammals after the dinosaur extinction.
Right.
And the diversification of life after Snowball Earth.
Good.
But can life always adapt fast enough to survive what we're throwing at it now?
That's the big question, right? I mean, while life has persisted through these incredible challenges, the pace of current environmental change is unprecedented.
Right.
We can't assume that every species will be able to keep up.
So we can't just sit back and rely on evolution to save the day.
No, we need to be proactive, not reactive.
Yeah.
Acknowledge our role
Okay.
in shaping the planet's future and take responsibility for our actions.
Okay.
We need to figure out how to live sustainably, reduce our impact on the environment,
Yeah.
and preserve biodiversity.
Okay, that sounds like a huge undertaking. Where do we even begin?
Well, it starts with awareness and understanding.
Okay.
By learning from these past near extinctions, we can identify vulnerabilities.
Right.
And develop strategies for resilience.
So it's like having a roadmap, but a really complex one to help us navigate the future.
Precisely. And as we continue exploring the mysteries of Earth's history, we may uncover even more insights that can guide us toward a more sustainable and resilient future.
Okay.
A future where life, in all its diversity and wonder, continues to thrive on our planet.
That brings up a question that's been on my mind. We've seen how life has bounced back from so much. Does that mean it's basically indestructible?
That's a fascinating question, and one that's difficult to answer definitively.
Yeah.
Life as we know it is remarkably resilient. It's found ways to survive and thrive in some of those extreme environments on Earth.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that in our deep dive so far. From, scorching heat to freezing cold, life always seems to find a way.
It does, however. Resilience doesn't equal invincibility.
Oh, okay.
While life has persisted through these incredible challenges, it's also been pushed to the brink of extinction multiple times.
Right.
I mean, remember, these were near extinction events, not just, minor inconveniences.
Yeah, right. It's like this balance between resilience and vulnerability.
Exactly.
So while life is tough, it's not invincible.
Right. And while it's tempting to believe that life will always find a way,
Yeah.
we can't take that for granted.
Okay.
The choices we make today will determine whether life in all its diversity and wonder continues to flourish on Earth.
That's a pretty powerful thought to consider. The future of life on Earth is ultimately in our hands.
It is.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Earth's near-extinction events. We've covered some truly mind-blowing moments in our planet's history, from fiery volcanic apocalypses to an icy snowball Earth scenario.
Yeah, and we've seen how these events, as catastrophic as they were, ultimately shaped the trajectory of life on Earth, leading to the incredible diversity we see today.
It's been a wild ride through time, that's for sure. But as we wrap up, I keep coming back to one question. What can we as humans in the 21st century actually learn from these events that happened millions of years ago?
That's a great question, and I think one of the most important lessons is the importance of humility. We humans often view ourselves as separate from nature, somehow above its laws and limits.
We like to think we're in control, calling the shots.
Exactly. But these near-extinction events show us that we are very much a part of the natural world, subject to the same forces and vulnerabilities as any other species. We're not invincible. We depend on this complex web of life for our own survival, and if that web is disrupted, we'll feel the consequences.
So recognizing our place in the grand scheme of things is a good starting point. But are there practical things we can learn from these events to help us tackle the challenges we face today, like climate change?
Absolutely. One key takeaway is the need for long-term thinking. We often get caught up in immediate concerns like quarterly profits or election cycles, but these near-extinction events remind us that we need to consider the long-term consequences of our actions.
It's like we need to zoom out and see the bigger picture, thinking generations ahead instead of just focusing on the here and now.
Exactly. We need to ask ourselves, what kind of world are we creating for future generations? What legacy will we leave behind?
Those are some heavy questions. It's easy to feel overwhelmed thinking about the enormity of these challenges.
It's true, the challenges are significant, but it's also important to remember that we have the power to make a difference. Each of us can make choices in our daily lives that contribute to a more sustainable future.
So it's not just about governments and big corporations taking action. Individuals can make a difference too.
Absolutely, we can all contribute. We can reduce our consumption, support environmentally responsible businesses, and advocate for policies that protect our planet.
So being mindful of our choices and using our voices to advocate for change. What else can we learn from these ancient events to guide us?
Well, by studying these near-extinction events, we gain valuable insights into the patterns and processes that have shaped life on Earth. We can identify vulnerabilities, develop strategies for resilience, and perhaps even find ways to prevent future catastrophes.
It's like having a roadmap, albeit a complex and incomplete one, to help us navigate the challenges ahead.
Precisely. And as we continue to explore the mysteries of Earth's history, we're likely to uncover even more knowledge that can help us create a more sustainable and resilient future. A future where life in all its diversity and wonder continues to thrive on our planet.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Earth's near-extinction events, I think it's safe to say that these events offer a powerful perspective on both the fragility and the incredible resilience of life. We are fortunate to be a part of this ongoing story, but it's up to us to ensure it continues for generations to come.
Well said. Let's use the lessons of the past to help us create a future where life on Earth continues to flourish.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Earth's past. We hope you've learned something new and are feeling inspired to think about our planet's future. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking questions.